For my project, I did volunteering with Habitat for Humanity. So I was in a group and I had team members and we were volunteering for the FSTOP Foundation. Unfortunately, I was not able to continue volunteering with them just because I was in contact with a volunteer coordinator and we kind of missed each other a couple times, and I wasn't able to do the volunteer orientation at the specific time that she told me. And then the next one that came around, I was sick, so I worked with a professor and we were able to figure out a plan on how I were to get this project done. So I researched and I found Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity I've heard of a bunch of times actually, and they are a great organization. So the specific area that I worked with was building homes for basically like a less privileged families or lower income families. So upon arrival, I arrived to the construction site, and there basically were townhomes that were being built in this community. Half were up, half were not up. So it was my job. I was painting one of the townhomes with a group of people. So all in the end, it worked out because I got to work for a great organization that I'm going to be volunteering with in the future. So in my paper, I explained how I was able to identify two different pillars of the giving voice to values that I used during the application process, and that was basically normalization, and it was also people's individual values. Also, for this project, I kind of found out a lot about myself. I found out that time management is extremely important within this project and these organizations, because you need to make sure that you're able to do everything that's required for the organization to get in ahead of time, and you're also able to execute, put the time in, and communicate with your group. So my group, I did work with them the rest of the semester, but it was a little bit difficult to communicate with them towards the end, especially the last couple of weeks, but we were able to figure it out. And the whole project didn't really go as planned. I was supposed to work with my group and I ended up doing an individual assignment, but I worked for a great organization and I felt like I was able to get things done on my timeline, which was great. So in the future, I recommend that students plan ahead. They work closely with their group to make sure that everybody's getting in the volunteer hours, and possibly doing a volunteer opportunity that is in person, not virtual, because the virtual ones are definitely a different type of commitment and you have everybody on a different schedule, versus in person you kind of know what you're getting yourself into.